it's not just about Kansas City and their talent. I'm thinking home field advantage. This ain't the Marty Schottenheimer era.
But, guys, the defense, they gave up the most yards in the NFL.
Well, I totally agree. But you also have to remember, their offense is so prolific a lot of times. You know, you scoring in bunches. And usually when you got a high-powered offense, the defense is on the field a little bit more.
But here's the result. They were a little better against the clock. Guys, they were a little better against the pass yesterday, actually, than they have been.
Yes, they were.
But if you are bad against the run and you have a high-octane offense, then that's a real problem because a team that can really run it can keep your offense off the field and keep the score down. I mean, that's going to be the strategy. Watch when Belichick.
Well, let me ask. There's a simple question that I have for you. All of those things considered, do you factor in Arrowhead Stadium in any way?
Yes.
Well, then if you factor in Arrowhead Stadium in any way, who you give the advantage to?
I don't think they're going to make it to the AFC Championship.
Who?
I don't think the Chiefs make it to the AFC Championship this year.
Okay. So you're thinking Jacksonville, New England?
Something like that.
Okay.
Something like that.
Maybe Ravens are in there. Maybe the Bengals.
In fairness, I'm not going to hold you to that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold you to that.
Chargers. Right. I think if Bosa gets back, the Chargers will be there at the end in the AFC.
I keep telling you about them damn warm weather teams. I'm trying to tell you that right now. Kansas City, the Chargers I'm trying to tell you they ain't leaving L.A. and going to win in some cold weather city. It's not going to happen.
I get an
all right, I understand if it went through Arrowhead, you feel like they have a good shot in the Super Bowl, and I know how highly you think of Andy Reid, but how much pressure is on him to make it to the playoffs?
I love Andy Reid, and then, you want to talk about me being caught up in my feelings. I love that man. That's a good man, and I covered him in Philadelphia, and I'm a fan of his as a coach. But I want to remind everybody, Andy Reid's been around a long time.
Yeah.
He has never won a Super Bowl championship.
One Super Bowl appearance.
Not one Super Bowl appearance, about 5 or 6 trips to the NFC Championship game. Okay, but he has never won a Super Bowl. Let me tell you something right now. I mean, Mike Tomlin's my favorite. You know that, but I love me some Andy Reid, and he can coach, and he knows how to handle quarterbacks. He's a great play caller, but except for in pressure situations as a game wanes, sometimes his decisions have been questionable. But overall, he's a damn good coach, and I root for Andy Reid. But I will tell you that when you talk about, you don't get to talk about Mahomes. And this is where I give the Kansas City Chiefs discredit. Travis Kelce, Kareem Hunt, Tyreek Hill, and others. All of them, when I spoke to these cats, this is last year. They're like, Steve, you don't even know. Stephen A., you don't even know. This brother Mahomes, I'm trying to tell you, they couldn't. And I'm like this, really? Which is what, y'all think I get on y'all for jumping. I'm like, come on, fellas. They were like, Steve, you understand. This brother here is special. And this is what they were saying. And now we have seen what they're talking about. So if you're talking about all of those things, and Andy Reid was the one willing to make that call, because from what I was told, Andy Reid was contemplating benching Alex Smith last year.
And he was having a good year
last year because of what he was seeing in practice.
Now we get why.
You can't do that, Max. And then all of a sudden, we're not looking at Andy Reid when you got this kind of crew.
Look, how much pressure is on Andy Reid to keep this win streak up? I want to address Stephen
Not the win streak. The Super
Bowl. I want to address your Super Bowl point. Andy Reid has never won a Super Bowl. But, in fact, the way you win a Super Bowl is by getting a lot of cracks at it. And he's advanced in the playoffs a lot. He's a great coach. Okay.
No question.
I think about Bobby Cox, the Atlanta Braves manager from
14 times
from the 90s. But he did get one World Series. Andy Reid's going to need to win a Super Bowl.
Okay.
The pressure is on for him to win a Super Bowl. Here's the good news for Andy Reid, though.
Got the talent to do it.
Mahomes is on his rookie deal, and he's young.
Yeah.
Your running back is maybe entering his prime, probably got another 3 or 4 really good years left.
Take care of him first.
You got a wideout who's not even in his prime yet, probably, and is maybe the premier playmaker in the NFL.
Okay.
So you have young, great talent, and because you don't have to pay your quarterback yet, you have some money, you would think, to spend on your defense, which you now have the chance to build through the draft and free agency. So the pressure's on for him to win a Super Bowl. Not now. Over the next 3 or 4 years, he has a real good shot to do it.
Let me say this to you. I get that. I do. Here's the problem. This is the National Football League. It's not every day you have this kind of opportunity. You got to remember all the things, everything's aligned right now. It's not just about Kansas City and how prolific their offense is, Max. It's about what the AFC is lacking. It's about the talent around you that you have to compete against. There are so many teams lacking it, even as we talk about, because Kansas City's defense wasn't horrid last night. First 3 weeks it was. But even when we were talking about Kansas City's defense being horrid, we still were contemplating them as being a prolific and formidable foe because of what we saw in the AFC.
Let me go at that point right now. You're right. There's always pressure to win. And I'm not suggesting that Andy Reid and company is not trying as hard as they can to win a Super Bowl because they have lightning in a bottle.
Right.
Whatever I said about the elements being young, you never know. Someone gets hurt, someone hits free agency, whatever. My point is this. Picture now, it's 3 years from now, and they have a defense, and they're heading to the playoffs, and it's a tough matchup.
Can't do that.
Now you're talking pressure in a different way than you're talking now.
You know why you can't do that? Because chances are Tyreek Hill, Kareem Hunt, or both, even Travis Kelce, my brother, even them, are not going to be the same in 3 years.
By the way.
Are not going to be the same 3 years from now. This is why you got to. The opportunity is there right now.
Hill might be better than he is now.
Or may not. Or may not. The opportunity is now in the NFL more so than any other league. Yeah. We can sit there and talk about LeBron. You know what? Maybe not this year, but next year. Maybe not this year, next 2 years, but next year 3. We cannot do that with football. Football, you got to go for it, man.
With teams, though, we see, that team's good. As soon as they get this piece, they're going to be okay. Kansas City needs to build their defense still to be a team where going into the season, you go, they're going to win a Super Bowl.